All right, team, welcome. In this explainer, we're going to break down the key principles of advanced safety and risk management. And the goal here is super simple, to give you the confidence and the specific knowledge you need to absolutely ace your upcoming quiz. Let's dive in. So this is the big one, right? The question you've got to ask yourself. Because being a guide, it's not just about the thrill of the find. It's about being the absolute anchor of safety for your guests. Everything we're about to cover is designed to make sure that when you're asked this, your answer is a firm, confident yes. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with the absolute core goal of safety, then get into handling animal encounters, your firearm responsibilities, and of course, medical emergencies. We'll wrap it all up with proactive risk management and a quick final check to get you totally prepped for that quiz. All right, let's kick things off with the absolute foundation. Before we get into any of the how-tos or specific procedures, we have to lock down the why, that single principle that guides every single decision you're going to make out in the field. And boom, here it is. This is a direct answer to a key question on your quiz, so listen up. This training isn't about learning to take more risks. It's about becoming a pillar of safety. Every action you take, every decision you make, has to flow from this one single goal: ensuring guests' safety, no matter the situation. Okay, next up, managing dangerous animal encounters. This is where your skills really get put to the test. And you gotta remember, the number one goal here is always de-escalation. Preventing a situation is so much better than having to react to one. And that leads us right into another big quiz question. When you come face to face with a potentially dangerous animal, and believe me, you will, what is the correct, safest response? And look, there is zero room for error on this one. You've got to know this protocol inside and out. So here's the protocol, a clear 4-step process. First, you maintain a safe distance. This is your best friend. It buys you time and space. Second, you observe the animal's behavior. Really watch it to see what it might do next. Third, you stay calm. Your composure is contagious for your guests and the animal. And finally, if you need to, you slowly retreat to show you're not a threat. But you might be asking, why does this all work? It's because understanding animal behavior, that is your single most powerful tool out in the bush. It lets you predict and even prevent a bad situation before it even begins. This isn't just fun trivia for your guests. This is your most critical risk management skill, period. Okay, let's shift gears to a really serious topic: your firearm responsibility. It is absolutely crucial you understand that your rifle is not a standard piece of equipment. It is an emergency tool, meant only for situations of last resort, and it must always be treated with that level of gravity. Pay close attention here, because this is a massive point on your test. There is no gray area here, none at all. The rifle is only to be used in an extreme, life-threatening emergency, when a human life is in immediate danger. It is never, ever a warning shot. It's not for scaring animals away, and it's definitely not for show. Understanding this is completely non-negotiable. And these protocols, they're not just suggestions. They are your day-in, day-out professional duties. This is all about constant vigilance, keeping the firearms safe at all times, training with your tracker so you work as one seamless team, and building a system of absolute, unwavering safety around this powerful tool. All right, we've talked animals. Now let's shift to human emergencies. A medical situation can pop up at any time, and just like with wildlife, having a clear practice plan is absolutely essential. So let's play this out with a scenario you'll likely see on the quiz. You're out on a drive, far from the lodge, a guest is having a severe allergic reaction, and everyone is looking at you. What are the correct immediate steps you need to take? And here's your action plan, the correct answer you need to know. First, you stay calm. This lets you think clearly and keeps everyone else from panicking. Second, you get on that radio and call for medical support immediately. And third, you administer the first aid you were trained to provide. Just burn this into your brain. Calm, call, care. That's the order. You know, so far, a lot of what we've talked about is reacting to bad situations. But now, let's get into the skill that separates the good guides from the great ones: proactive risk management. This is all about stopping incidents before they ever get a chance to happen. So what is it? Well, this definition is key, and it ties directly to a quiz question about something as simple as assessing the area for a coffee stop. It means you're always scanning, always thinking one step ahead, and dealing with potential hazards before they can ever become a real threat. And this right here, this is the golden rule. It's a core principle you will definitely be tested on. In any emergency, animal, medical, whatever, your ability to stay calm and follow your training is what's going to save the day. Panic is your enemy. Procedure is your best friend. So, how do you make sure you'll actually stay calm when things get real? It's all about practice. Regular drills and running through scenarios, that's what builds muscle memory. So when a real emergency hits, you won't have to waste time thinking. You'll just act correctly because of all that training.
Okay, team, we've covered a lot of ground. Let's do a quick final check to make sure all this is locked in. I'm going to throw a question out and you think of the answer. You ready?
First up, what's that key principle for any emergency response out here? You got it. Staying calm and following your safety procedures. All right, next one. Why is it so critical to assess risks before your guests even think about getting out of the vehicle? That's right, it's all about being proactive to identify and mitigate any potential hazards.
And for the last one, what's the absolute best way to de-escalate a potentially dangerous animal encounter? Yep, you know it. Those 4 steps. Maintain distance, observe behavior, stay calm, and retreat if you need to. That is de-escalation in action. And that really brings us to the whole point of all this. Look, mastering this stuff doesn't take away from the magic of the bush. It's what makes that magic possible. By being a true professional, a true guardian, you create that circle of safety where your guests can have those unforgettable, once-in-a-lifetime experiences. You've got this. Now go and ace that quiz.